coming back to it, I was just kind of immediately filled with this feeling like this is what I'm meant to be doing. It's not always obvious, that sensation, but in that moment it absolutely was. It was very clear. My name's Hikurangi, and I play drums with, I guess, a lot of different New Zealand acts and some international acts on occasion. Session musician as a description is interesting, just loosely that I have a sound and I want to contribute that to other people's music, to add it to the blend, I guess. And I guess I've been doing that for about, coming up on like 17, 18 years professionally, I'd say, yeah. I always wanted to be involved with music. I always loved music. I played piano when I was a little kid in single digits, but I basically just started playing drums in high school because a friend's band needed a drummer. I caught the bug and it's sort of not let go of me since, really. I studied a few different things. I did a year of design, I did a BA, but was playing the whole time through that. And eventually I just kept coming back to music. I didn't think I was going to be going that way. I thought initially out of high school I was going to be doing fine arts. But yeah, a year of design school kind of showed me that that wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do as a money thing. I did the foundation course at Massey. The New Zealand School of Music was based at Massey. I was studying with Rick Cranston, and he's an amazing drummer from The Little Bushmen. He encouraged me a whole lot, and that's sort of how I got into the course, the foundations course, and then followed on with a degree from there. Along with the student allowance, the music I was playing was actually getting me through university. It's not huge money, but it was enough at the time. But I mean, I was playing more commercial music then, which was a lot of fun, but there's a different kind of fulfillment from what I do now. So that initially wasn't a concern, but as time went on, that became more and more of a pressure, especially as I kind of put myself into purely creative projects. Original composition, there's definitely less money in that. Working, if you can describe it as a career in music, it's hard to come in with very specific expectations about how it's going to go. The thing that has to motivate you, I believe, is love and fulfillment coming directly from what you do. I don't think, and that's no kind of radical realization or anything. I think that's something you'll commonly hear. I took a proper holiday for a couple of weeks and didn't touch drumsticks, barely listened to music, and sort of coming back to it, I had a rehearsal the evening I got back to town, and I was just kind of immediately filled with this feeling like this is what I'm meant to be doing. And that's sort of a thread I've found throughout my path as a musician and artist. That feeling of fulfillment is kind of inescapable, even though when it's, I guess, obscured or hard to see at points. I just play drums, really, yeah. They're just an incredibly expressive instrument. You can you have this huge range. You're listening to maybe what's maybe the quietest instrument in the band, the bass, and then you have the opportunity to kind of respond to that and transmit that in a way that's really powerful and really can reach everyone. It's expressive and powerful is what I'd say. That's what the drums are. My training's in like jazz music and improvised music, so like the playing I do mostly is with New Zealand composers, with their original music in an Australasian style kind of derived from that black improvised music tradition. So that's really where I find myself most often musically. And that's definitely a big comfort zone for me musically. I feel like the scene goes through waves. There are like lots of people who are really focused on the music who will come through the institutions together, and then there might be like a smaller number of people, and then it'll build up again. There's sort of this ebb and flow. But now there's this kind of amazing dynamic where all of the grads of the College of Creative Arts at Massey, the jazz school up at Victoria, there's this great stuff happening in the classical scene and kind of chamber music, the sort of salon vibe that's happening in town. that people like Lira putting together, the musicians from Te Auaha as well. It's just a huge amount of talent coming from all these different directions. It's really alive, even with COVID, even with the restrictions on what kind of events can happen. There's so much happening, so much recording, so much musical activity, so much productivity in terms of people's interesting projects. Yeah, it's really alive, it's really exciting and inspiring, I'd say.